Can you hear me now?
Yay, I can hear you.
Yay, because I wasn't getting blessings for my sneezings, which made me think that you weren't hearing me.
I could not hear your sneezings.
You didn't see it? You didn't see the look of sneeze?
I thought you were having technical issues and what was meing.
Yes. All right, here we go.
The Lunsby Show with
T-Bone.
And Chick Brew.
God bless. All these years, just get it right one time.
What do you want from me?
40 years they've been trying. You couldn't fire somebody if they were horrible, doing a terrible job for the veterans. And now you can say you're fired.
Okay. No one listens to radio.
And now for a quick disclaimer. The Lunsby Show with T-Bone
And Chick Brew.
is brought to you by nobody. We have no sponsors.
The show is still rated G.
For Gloria.
I'm starting it right off with a shout out. A shout out to Travis.
Oh.
Hello, Travis. Me and him, we work together. And every time we sit down and we talk, he finds out new and interesting things about me. Most recently, he found out about the Lunsby Show. So hopefully he's listening to this where we shout out, hello, Travis. And hello, other listeners. Hi, it's me, T-Bone. That's my friend Chick Brew. We live on opposite sides of the world. She lives in southern Spain. I live in central Pennsylvania. Once a week we get together and we talk about things. That's kind of what we do. And speaking of things, so my friend, hi, how are you? What's been happening?
The usual.
The huge.
The huge booge. What about you? You got anything good going on?
I got so many things going on, and I have moments of sadness. So my friends Chris and Ralph Tedda had a podcast called the $18 Podcast, and it was a real fun listen. They were also FCC compliant, and I enjoyed listening to them because I've known Ralph for 30 years, and he gives me great insight into comedy in a different aspect, and I really enjoyed listening to him, and I've come to really enjoy his brother Chris as well. And then they decided that life was too important to do a podcast, and they stopped doing it. Conversely, my friend, Craig Ferguson, a wonderful man who I have enjoyed in many different aspects throughout his entire career, was doing a podcast called The Joy Podcast with Craig Ferguson, and I really enjoyed listening to it because it was a celebrity that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed him, and he has decided to wrap it up. So in the top 5 podcasts that I listened to last year, 2 of them no longer exist.
Are you wrapping up this podcast? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You're done?
I don't want to do that. I would feel extra bad because there are people who listen to us and have listened to us for a really long time. And ending, you make me mad. And I'm not doing this with you anymore. I still feel like I would have to do something because those people kind of there are people. I wouldn't do that to them, but it's been done to me twice.
Are you feeling some kind of way about it?
I feel a little bit bad about it. I don't like that's happening. It is what it is. You can't force people to. You must continue to do the podcast. You can't.
Create for me.
So the great thing about Craig Ferguson is him and another friend of ours, Josh Robert Thompson. They did the Late Show with Craig Ferguson on CBS, and it was without a doubt lightning in a bottle. Those two together made really entertaining television. And then Craig decided that he had had enough and he was moving on with life, and he did. He moved on. And that put our friend Josh Robert Thompson into kind of a spiral because that was where he made his money, and then he wasn't making that money anymore. He wasn't making that CBS money anymore. But Craig's, and the thing about it is Josh on the show played gay robot skeleton. People didn't know who Josh was. because they just knew the skeleton. They didn't know who Josh was. So it was particularly hard for him trying to start over. But he found a lot of good work in Family Guy, and he's a good impressionist. Here's how good he is. When I first started watching the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, they had the robot on, and I thought the robot was voiced by George Takei, the famous Asian member of Star Trek whose catchphrase was, "Oh my." And he did such a great impression of George Takei, or George Takei, however you pronounce it, that I really thought that they had scored George Takei to do the voice of the gay skeleton robot. But no, turns out it was just Josh. I found out later when he started doing Morgan Freeman's voice and a whole bunch of other voices. A very, very talented guy, and it was such a fun show to watch. And those two worked so well together that when it went off the air, it made me sad. And when he started the Joy podcast, I was like, oh, I get a little bit of Craig Ferguson here, and I enjoy Craig Ferguson, so this will be awesome. And then he ended that too.
He's just making things to break your heart.
But
it feels like it might be personal at this point.
Well, I'm going to go see him in June. I don't know what to say to him. We were supposed to see him in December. He changed his schedules, and we're not going to see him in June. And I got the VIP ticket, so I get to meet him and say hello. And he's deathly afraid of penguins, and I desperately want to buy a penguin costume.
That doesn't seem like a good way to get your podcast back on the air.
I just want to greet him as a penguin. A little retribution for him, canceling on me twice now. How about you? Come on.
I do kind of wonder, because there are so many podcasts, if it's like a flash in the pan, is our podcast are people losing their taste for them?
I believe that is true. I believe that you have to bring something unique to the table. Yeah. Raised by Television, our friend Zach Jack, he does a podcast called Raised by Television, and it's a really niche. It's got its own thing. He reads a book and then he gives you a book report, but he does it in a hilarious way. So, and the reason I bring up Zach Jack is because he came over to me Thursday night at the open mic and said, hey, I listened to your show and it's really good. And I don't know if he meant to make me feel extra special that day, but he did make me feel extra special that day. I was like, oh my goodness, Zach Jack, the guy from Raised by Television, listened to our show, liked it, and gave me a compliment. He's not the only one that gave us a compliment recently. Our friends Damian and Sean Dickensheets, they have the little show there called Attempted Delivery. They're two mail carriers who deliver mail, but also do comedy. And they got a fun little podcast called Attempted Delivery.
I know what they do. Uh-huh. I know what they do, right? And then you said mail carrier. And that's not that's not the picture that my brain put on offer for me. And I feel like, because Damian added me on Facebook. So now
oh my goodness.
I know what he looks like.
Yes.
Right? So in my head is Damian's face.
Yes.
Carrying you.
I like that.
And I have to say, that's probably a t-shirt.
That's probably something I can make ChatGPT do that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I gotta send you my ChatGPT every year for 4th of July.
Uh-huh.
They let me design my own t-shirt.
Okay.
To wear on stage. I gotta show you the one that I designed for this year. This year is pretty good.
So our last episode was entitled American Troll Farm, if you'll remember that conversation.
I do.
The episode...
So bitter about that not being a job for me.
The episode prior to that was called Racist Babies. And so here's what I do now. We do the episode, I take down a bunch of notes, and when I'm done editing, I go into, I just record. I was like, here are the things we talk about. Here are the people in the magic mirror, and here's some of the things that we talk about. And then I upload it to Gemini, specifically Gemini, because it allows you. And I say, transcribe this. And it transcribes it, and then I pull it over to ChatGPT, and I say, make this into an episode description, because ChatGPT knows us the best. And it does. But then I freelance. I hit record and I go off on about what I think the episode cover. Yeah, the album.
The art.
Yes, of what the art should look like. And 2 weeks ago, we were talking about racist babies. Not necessarily racist babies, but babies that were not the race of the parents that came from test tubes. They came out of the test tubes, and they were clearly not the biological babies of the parents. We talked about that, and I told ChatGPT what I wanted it to do, and it may, like twice now, laugh out loud. I tell it what I'm thinking, and then it comes up with the image, and when the image pops up, I laugh out loud. That was inside the Rhoda Naval Hospital courtyard. It was two parents clearly of Caucasian descent holding two newborns that were not of the Caucasian persuasion. And as soon as it finished rendering, it made me laugh so much. It's the silly things.
It's the little things in life.
I didn't want to see that. I'm trying not to see that. I don't want to see that. I have yet to watch the Chinese Grand Prix because my wife is not here. And we want to watch that together. And when I got ready to check to see if Tubaur had sent us anything, there was a picture up there that I think may have... Okay, all right. We got some Tubaur stuff this week.
What?
Yes. Tubaur, only you can prevent forest fires. T-Bone calls the cops, and picnic at T-Bone's. We're going to play those in order. We'll start off with...
She's been busy.
Well, she's been late as can be on getting anything done. But aside from setting her yard on fire and crashing in the parking lot, I guess she found time to do something. Here we go with this minute's 2-minute drill.
And now, it's Tubaur's 2-minute drill.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Tubaur, and I'm here with a friendly reminder that only you, yes, only you can prevent forest fires. How do I know this? Because this weekend I had an exciting adventure that I realized I almost caused a forest fire. Yes, I almost caused the next Canadian fires here in PA. What happened, you ask? I don't know. I mean, I kind of do know, but let me tell you, in Perry County, we're allowed to burn our trash. Not your regular trash, but things like, your papers that you don't want people knowing, cardboard, things like that. It had been snowing for the last, 2-3 weeks, and it was raining all week this week. So I thought, the ground is definitely wet. I'm safe for burning my trash that's been piling up in my garage. So what did I do? I went out to my burn barrel, put all my cardboard and paper in there, lit it from the bottom, and then thought to myself, oh crap, I wanted to get that one insurance paper and put it in there as well. So I walked into the house and I did not put the lid on the burn barrel. Remember, always walk away putting a lid or something covering the top. It happened to be a little bit of a windy day, and as I started walking back out of the house to put the insurance paper in there, I was like, wow, that's a lot of smoke in the air. That burn barrel's really burning. I got to the back of my pole barn just to see that the grass in the hill going up towards the woods was on fire. Yes, let me repeat, on fire. I threw the paper and took off running to get fire extinguishers, calling 911 on the way. Fortunately for me, I was able to get the extinguishers and extinguish all the stuff that was close to the pole barn. Luckily, that did not get too close. It was about 10 feet away and I was able to save it. But I was struggling to save it before it hit the trees. And I was running and hitting the perimeter as much as possible. But every time the wind would blow, the flames would spark back up. At this point, the fire department arrived, and thank goodness they did. Perfect timing, because I was running around, running out of water in the one large fire extinguisher, and they just doused it. And I was thankful, because I'm not kidding you when I say it was maybe a foot or less from the tree line in which it would have hit all that underbrush, the dry leaves. The important part here is never leave a burn barrel unattended. Always put a lid on it, even when you're standing next to it, and never burn on a windy day. And just because it's been snowing and raining, don't for 1 minute think that the ground is moist enough to not catch fire, because I learned a lesson that the grass tips dry out first. While the soil and the roots may be wet, the grass tips are dry, and so are the leaves. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what can cause forest fires. So don't be a Tubaur, be a smart bars.
This girl is on fire. I'm just...
She said the M word, but...
she did say moist. All right,
She could have said damp. She could have said humid. She could have said clammy. There's so many words.
I just love the fact that she has the epiphany that grass dries at the top. And, I myself have burned a yard or two, specifically one. Many, many years ago, having a burn pit is such a, I would say, white privilege kind of thing. I
don't know, because my grandparents, my great grandmother, they used to burn like the leaves and stuff in East Texas.
Okay. So my memories from burning stuff in the yard were also from Texas, and my memory of burning,
which is weird because it's always dry.
and my memory of burning down the entire yard was also a memory from Texas. I shouldn't be in charge of fire as a child. And I was put in charge of the burn pit, and I put stuff in, and I set it ablaze. And this was way before video games. I guess I just didn't want to hang out outside watching the fire burn. So I went inside and I watched some television. And when I came outside, the entire yard was gone. How the house didn't go up in flames still surprises me. I didn't call anybody. It burned itself out. It used up all of the fuels on its own. But
we were doing pumpkin carving night around around Halloween, so October in Texas. Not particularly hot, but a little dry. But we weren't really paying attention, and my friend had the fire pit, and above it kind of hung some old tree branches. This tree was huge. But they had no leaves. And we didn't think it was significantly, the branches were up significantly high.
Right.
Much taller than us.
Of course.
Right. So, of course, we're like, 800 copy or, old copies of the Austin American Statesman. And we're, getting the kindling and all of the leaves and trees and branches and everything that had fallen off. We're loading. We get the lighter fluid and we squeeze it on. We start chucking matches in. And I guess we had pulled up at some point, maybe the leaves had made a puddle of lighter fluid or something. I remember throwing the match in, it goes in, and it just went. My friend whose house this is at, her apartment was like an old house had been split into 4. She was in the window in the kitchen, so she's looking out at us. I flick the match. It goes in. This rocket of fire shoots up into the tree. The 3 of us that are outside are all and of course me, I look back at the house and her eyes are this big. And I'm like, oh God. So the fire hits the tree. Thank God there were no leaves. And it was very fast. There was only a few little pieces of singed bark that came down. But oh man.
People don't realize how flammable gasoline is. You see that over and over again where somebody's getting ready to set up a big old bonfire in the backyard and they're just sprinkling gasoline around like it's no big deal, and they do the old flicketh of the matcheth as you described. And that's when a big old boom happens. You wouldn't, there's no way, of course. Hello?
Hi, hon, are you doing the show?
Of course we are.
Oh my God. Okay, I love you.
And I you.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. It is uncanny. It is unbelievable how she can always do that. It was a boys' weekend. She was up in the Poconos visiting her mama-san. And me and Zeus were hanging out and just doing boy things. It was a great time.
You know what's funny?
Tell me.
Speaking of gas and it being flammable, a coworker of mine has been driving this car for a very long time. It's a beater. He loves this car, not because it is a fantastic car. It just has been running forever.
Yeah.
But recently, I go into work and I thought it was the lawn, the lawn mowers that were making the gas smell. And I said, oh,
this is not good. This is not good.
I was like, we might have to let maintenance know that their lawnmowers are putting out a lot of gas smell. And he turns to me and goes, oh, that's my car. It's leaking gas.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Said, why are you still driving it? Because I could smell, when I pull up back in. His car sits directly in front of mine. I've not even gotten out of my car. I don't have my windows down because allergies exist, but I can smell the gasoline coming in through my car. I'm like, what is happening? And sure enough, I walked outside because I had to inspect, and there is a ring where his back passenger door sits of just stain of gasoline. And I said, sir, my guy, my dude, you're going to blow up the building.
Yeah, you got to get some Flex Seal.
Because we all know what happens, especially in front of our building, when people don't know where the bowling alley is. They come walk up to our building, but they like to smoke their cigarettes right there at the base, right next to his car, and put their cigarettes out in the ash, in the planters, or they just throw them on the ground. Like, you're gonna get your car blown up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did he
just throw it away at this point?
Did he do anything about the gas leaking out of his vehicle?
This was 2.5 weeks ago, my. He's still driving it.
And he hasn't done anything to fix it. All he's got to do is weld it. Just to take a little torch there and a little metal lead and just light that up next to the gas tank. It'll fix all of his problems.
It'll fix it for him.
Yes, it will definitely fix it for him. Flex Seal, famous in United States late night commercials, is the tape that will seal anything, like even water and stuff.
Water pouring out of it.
Yes. He should get something, because that's not going to end well. I don't know if I finished saying what I was trying to say about Sean Dickensheets and Damian, because you sidetracked me a little bit there with Damian made me my friend. But yeah. I went to see Dickensheets at the Parks Casino last Friday, where him and Andrew Brooks and Karen Kunick, they all did a show, and I had a great time watching them. And then I listened to their show, Attempted Delivery, and they said some really kind things about us and our show, and that made me happy. But at the same time, I always feel like he doesn't like me. It's so silly. Once upon a time, I walked up to him and I wanted to offer him a little piece of advice. And he did not appreciate me trying to give him advice. And he treated me in a way where I took a tad offense. And when I did their show, I brought this up. And since then, I thought we were cool. But at the same time, I always feel like we're not. And I don't know how I should. He listens to the show. That makes me happy. He loves the show. I mean, he compliments the heck out of the show. I almost want to play the compliment so I can get it on record. It was really a good compliment. But at the same time, I always feel like he's the cool kid and I'm not. Like
You're so sensitive.
I can be. But at the same time, I'm also very flippant. I say this to say this, but at the same time, I don't care. I want to care.
You do a little bit. You talk about it.
No, I talk about it because it gives us something to talk about. But at the same time, and I'm this way with everybody. I don't go out of my way to make somebody like me. If you want to like me, let's do that. Let's be cool together. But if you don't like me, that's on you, man. And I think about one specific person who doesn't like me. And again, that's on you. I've never done anything to this person. And if I did do something wrong to this person, I would be the first one to apologize. But he's got it in his head that he doesn't like me. So, okay. But I'm also that way with relationships. Like, I love my wife. But if she called me right now and said, we're done, I'd be like, okay, well, that's on you. I wouldn't put extra effort into it. I put effort into the things that need effort put into them, but I don't put in extra effort. You know what I mean? No, it doesn't. That doesn't render with you?
I think that some things are worth trying for.
No. I agree that every day you should try to do better. But if the boss were to come to me and say, we're done, I would just accept that as the end. I wouldn't, let me try harder. No. I mean, I have done all the things I needed to do. And if you've run out of patience with me at this point, well, it is what it is. We are coming up on 15 years.
What?
Yes, of marriage. Now, remember, we dated for 5 years.
I know you half of that?
You've known me all of that. I feel like
almost, yeah. Almost.
No. When we came to Spain, we were married. So, yeah. And you've known me the whole time I was in Spain. So the entire length of our marriage, you've known us.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and
wild.
prior to that, we dated for 5 years. Yeah, I had a very long screening process. I wasn't about to get burnt again. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure that this was the right choice for me, and I did, and it was, and I'm very, very happy about that. But we're coming up on 15. My last marriage lasted 20, but honestly, the last 7 were all was all litigation. From 13 to 20 in my last marriage, it was all back and forth to the courts so that she could get past the finish line. So I think it's fair to say that this marriage has lasted 2 years longer than my previous marriage. And I'm okay with that. I have been married pretty much my entire adult life with very little room of in between. And I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. But I am also committed to the fact that I will never do it again. If she were to leave me today, I will go gay. Well, that's not fair because now you can marry gay. I never, ever will marry again. That's what that is. I'm living the single.
Yeah, I don't know that. I was just talking about this a few weeks ago with some of my friends. Some of them have recently divorced. And so now they're like, oh my God, dating is literally the worst. I hate it. And I was like, I can't even imagine.
I couldn't. I
think
as an example, the woman, my current wife, and she hates when I say that, but I just think it's so funny. My current wife. I did not seek her out. She was just someone I knew who liked me, and I was too stupid to realize that she was into me, and I was just like, yeah, we're cool. We're just the coolest of cool. We're just friends. And then one day she shoved her tongue down my throat, and I was like, oh, hold on. There could be more to this. I didn't know. I didn't catch any of the signals or any of the vibes. She was just a friend. I didn't know that she was into me. And then the day I found out she was into me, well, everything changed. Everything changed from that point going forward. And had she not done that, it would have never moved forward. And I have been with the United States Navy for almost 40 years. As a young man, there was a thing that happened in Las Vegas, Nevada called tailhook. Mm-hmm. And every year since tailhook, we've had mandatory training that we had to go through about sexual harassment and all this other stuff. She was on active duty. I was on active duty. I would have never done anything that may have been perceived as possible sexual harassment. I wouldn't have done that to her. Had she not done that to me, we would have never moved forward in the relationship because my dumb self just thought we were friends. I just thought we were friends. I had no idea. Anyway.
And now look at the two lovebirds.
Yeah, 15 years. I already bought So she is now into Formula One, which is awesome because I'm into Formula One.
Team.
Huh?
Go Red Team.
Yes, go Red Team. My goodness.
Of course. I did it. I did the sports.
You did so well. Cadillac, the vehicle that I drive, is now entered Formula One, and I want them to do well. I want them to do so well. But they are the worst, man. They are so bad, and this just happens to be the season where Ferrari's doing really good. So as much as I want Cadillac to be my top, it's Ferrari's going to stay my top, and Cadillac's going to be my bottom until Cadillac gets it together. It breaks my heart. I want them to do so well. What are the things?
What is the orange team?
Oh, that's Papaya. That's her team. Yes, she loves the Papaya. Papaya rules. It's a McLaren. The orange color that they have is of the papaya color, and they reference papaya a lot. And she is a McLaren fan. I am a Ferrari fan, always have and always will be. But I really want to be a Cadillac fan. I want Cadillac. Here's the thing I don't understand. Cadillac, their first year in Formula One, they're using a Ferrari engine. Okay. Hilarious. But Cadillac, the manufacturer, was the first manufacturer to make a 500 horsepower four-door sedan. So if you could do that every day with your normal vehicles, when it comes time to make a race racing engine. Put the brains together and make it happen. Don't borrow somebody else's last generation garbage.
Do they just have a trash driver?
No, they have the two best second drivers there ever was. Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez. Both of these guys ran behind champions, and they were the number 2s on their teams, but they were great guys. And the greatest part about Valtteri Bottas is he's Finnish. Now, the Finns notoriously have no sense of humor at all. If you were to bring a Finn onto your show and ask them questions like, tell us about your day, and they would say something along the lines of, it was good. And they're just not, they're not good at being funny or conversational. But in the year that Valtteri wasn't driving, he was doing a whole bunch of stuff online. And he has a personality, and he's very funny. And I fell in love with this Finn. He wears a crazy mullet, and he does all these funny videos, and I really want him to be awesome. And then Checo is the only Mexican driver in Formula One. So when they go down to Mexico, it's a big deal. So what I was talking about with the 15th anniversary, I've already got the card for her, but in the card, I wanted to give her a prize, and the prize was to take her to a Formula One race, either Austin, Texas, or Las Vegas, Nevada. And I tried to narrow it down with her yesterday. I was like, hey, if we went, where would you prefer to go, Texas or Las Vegas? What do you think she chose?
Vegas.
Of course. Of course. Now, if you're going to go for the race, you understand how Vegas could be bad?
I don't do Vegas anymore.
I have yet to do Vegas. I'm looking forward to doing it for the first time, but she made me feel really bad that we haven't been on a vacation in a couple of years because of my health conditions. And I'm starting to feel I don't,
a little spry?
No, but I don't want her not to have vacations because of me. So I feel like I'm ready to do some vacationing. Maybe not, 10 days at sea where anything could happen, but maybe a large metropolitan area. I would love to go to Austin. I would love to go to the Comedy Mothership in Austin. I would love to see the race. There's things I would love to do in Austin. Isn't Lackland in Austin?
San Antonio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Close enough.
Not close enough, but close.
It's close enough.
She was
when you're of Texas, it's close enough.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, she was a corpsman, so she went to San Antonio for schooling.
For school, yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Texas and various different parts of Texas. I was telling somebody my life story recently.
You were MA, right? Like, you didn't do any Texas time?
No. When I became an MA, we were part of the old Anniston Guard. Anniston, Alabama was where the MA school was. It was actually the MP school with a little bit of MA attached to it. So when I graduated, I was a certified military policeman via the United States Army and also a Master at Arms third class. Well, I came there as an undesignated seaman. I made third class when I graduated. I saw somebody post something recently like, who got their crow tacked on old school? I did. Do you understand the concept of have your crow tacked on?
Yeah, it's stupid. We've talked about it before.
It's stupid. Maybe the audience doesn't remember. It is stupid and it's assault. But when I got my third class crow, my father offered $50 to anybody that could drop me tacking on my crow. And Monty Hedges, I have not forgotten that man. He came close to winning $50. He hit me with a solid righteousness where I almost fell down, but I didn't. And my dad got to keep his $50 and I got to keep a big old bruised arm. Hey, are you ready?
If someone did that to me, it would be a battle at that point. I feel like I would just...
It's a different time, man. It's just different.
I'd be out. I would be throwing the punches at that point.
Oh, now that you're a boxer, you want to throw blows. I get it.
Yeah,
I watch your videos. You ain't fooling nobody.
I'm hating you.
The book of everything. One of everything. One of everything.
Oh my God, that's so good. That is so good.
The book of everything.
I'm proud of it. I am so proud of it. You can hate on it all you want. I am proud of the Book of Everything song I made.
There's nothing to hate there. It was a good time.
Every week we go to the Book of Everything and we find a strange, unusual, or previously unknown fact. We share it with you, the listener, with the idea that you find a way to use the fact that we give you. And this week, find a way. Oh, no. Oh, no. And I already marked it off and it slipped out of my hand. And no. Oh. All right. Today, we're going to use the thing at the back of the book that I never use. What is this called?
The glossary?
Index, I think. I'm looking for Anne Boleyn because that was the Anglo-Saxon. It isn't here. What the heck, man? I've never used an index before in my life. The one time I need to use an index, it's not.
It'll lay you down.
So disappointing. I had found a fact. I had marked it off. And anyway, every week we go into the Book of Everything and we try to find out some strange, interesting, or unusual fact. And then we challenge you, the listener, to use this in this next week's of conversation. Ha 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 ha. Here we are. Well, this isn't really a fact. It's kind of like a prediction. I don't like it. It says the next person to walk on the moon will almost certainly be Chinese.
I mean,
that's not a fact.
Probably pretty accurate.
You would think that, but Artemis is getting ready to launch, and that's going to take us back to the moon. Allegedly. Ha ha ha. But I don't think we're landing. And from what I know about Artemis, it is the most complicated way to get to the moon. It's like they took what we did in the 1960s and added a bunch of more steps to it. So that it's not that good. The Book of Everything predicts that the next person to walk on the moon will most certainly be Chinese. We shall see. Do I look like Kevin Smith with this jacket on? Do I have a Kevin Smith look?
A little bit.
Like a Clerks? I got a kind of a Clerks feel.
Yeah.
Let's talk about food. It's time to talk about cooking.
And tonight prove one thing. You know all.
For those who have forgotten, she is a no-kidding chef. But a rank amateur. I eat the food, she makes the food. This is the segment where we talk about food. So, tell me, what interesting things have you made this week, and why have we not seen any video?
Well, one, I'm putting the video together. It takes time. A lot of steps. I don't really make that much this week. Weirdly enough, ate out a lot, which has not been something that I've been doing. Like today, I went to brunch at good old Shams.
How is our friend Stevie doing?
He's doing fantastic.
I miss him.
He's doing absolutely fantastic.
If you're listening from the Rhoda area, remember Shamrocks, although they don't pay us, has amazing food. It's a wonderful restaurant. Support our friend Stevie and go eat there.
Eat the food. Yeah, I know it. I went with Tracy and one of her neighbors, and we split
Tracy Shaw?
Yeah.
I know Tracy Shaw.
Yeah. We split the biscuits and gravy and the French toast, and it was a good idea.
Who in the heck splits biscuits and gravy?
Well, sometimes you want a little sweet and you want a little savory.
No. You get biscuits and gravy, you eat the biscuits and gravy. You don't split that. What are you thinking?
Too much food. I also want the French toast. It comes with fruit. And it comes with the Bailey Chantilly cream.
Chantilly lace with a pretty face and a ponytail hanging down.
It's like a dessert breakfast.
She is going to retire soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, May 29th.
Did she make Senior Chief?
No.
Okay. What if she does? Is she going to stick around?
Nope.
Okay. Is she still driving the BMW?
No.
Oh. What is she driving?
Volkswagen.
Oh, strange.
Which is funny. So her son is going to a school that I went to.
The cooking school.
For college.
The cooking school?
No. Like actual college. I went to one. I went to a few of those, actually. But it's funny because when they were talking about, what his prospects were, I said, I went there.
The thing is, I only remember her children as children. It blows my mind that her son is full-grown college entry-level student now.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think she listens to us?
Probably not.
I
mentioned it a few times.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think she listens.
Well, now that she's being mentioned in the show, it's funny because some people only listen to an episode if we say their names. So, I have to say Corey's name, even though I have nothing to talk about with Corey, because she's got great kids. She's got the bird and the Tobies. They're great kids, and that's all I could say about her. And now that I've said it, she'll be in the magic mirror, and maybe she'll listen to this episode, or she won't. Lee is. I've described her as the coolest white girl that I know. She is so fun, and she has such an infectious laugh. And the benefit of it is she works. So every day I spend a couple of hours every day on the quarterdeck. She is behind a wall, behind a door, very far away, but her laugh is so loud and so infectious that if something cracks her up early in the morning, that laughter makes it all the way to the quarterdeck where I'm sitting, and her laughter makes me smile. It makes me happy. So we were talking about food, and you haven't made anything?
No, it's been a slow week. Well, it's been a busy week. We had the Celtic Highland games on Friday, so normally I cook on Fridays, but was late getting home. Didn't get home till like 9:30, so that was like it. And then did we eat out yesterday? We ate out yesterday. Yeah, we had dinner out yesterday. Oh, went to a friend's house for dinner yesterday, and she made these. Basically, took a tin of biscuits, flattened the dough, put it into a cupcake tin, and then filled the biscuit dough with chicken pot pie filling. Which was just cream of chicken soup, frozen vegetables that she just put in a bowl, mixed together, and then scooped inside.
She made cupcake chicken pot pies.
So as the biscuit baked and rised, it ate the chicken pot pie. It was very good. 10 out of 10.
I want to know who this person is. I want to seek this person out. I want to personally congratulate this person on doing the thing that I didn't know could be done. To make a muffin, a chicken pot pie muffin.
And you could eat it like a muffin.
Oh my goodness, man. That tickles me to no end. I'm going to
have to tell her that we talked about her pot pies on the show.
What is her name?
And that you're Laura.
Laura? I love you.
Right?
I don't know. You're telling me. Is that her name?
Right. Yeah, I think so. I'm so bad with names, man.
I love you.
She has a beautiful dog named Baxter.
She knows the dog. Speaking of which, you were babysitting some dogs recently, right?
No, that was a flash from the past.
Oh, before you had your own dogs.
Before I had my own dogs, yeah. But those dogs, oh man. I remember one time they lived in housing, and I went to watch the dogs one time, and I look outside. I can't remember the black dog's name off the top of my head, but I look outside and she seems very pleased with herself. And so but in the naughty, mischievous way.
Yes, she definitely murdered something.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And she just her mouth is like this. And she opens her mouth, and I'm thinking, oh my God, she's about to exorcist puke. A bird comes out of her mouth. Ma'am. Ma'am. What are you doing right now?
I love that the dog caught the bird, got the bird in its mouth, and when called out, just I was supposed to surprise my wife this weekend. I ordered her a new bed, and I was going to install it before she got home, but it didn't show up in time. And the other things along the way, I don't know where I was going with that.
Wait, did you have your liver?
Of course. It was a boys' weekend. Of course we had liver. Yes. Yes, we had lots of liver, because I can't cook it when she's around.
Oh, we went and saw the Scream movie, and you said liver, which then reminded me of Scream 1, whereas I heard they found her liver in the mailbox. Liver alone, Sid.
I've never seen that. Have you ever seen Death at a Funeral?
I feel like I have, but I feel it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Brandon highly recommends it, and I told him I would go out of my way to watch it this weekend, but the only place I could find it required me to rent it, and I'm not renting a 30-year-old movie. Not doing it. I don't care how good your recommendations are, Brandon. I'm not doing that.
Don't do that.
What haven't we done? Oh, I know what we haven't done.
And now it is time for headlines from around the globe.
Every week, she gives me a couple of headlines that she pulls from the ether. I am ill-prepared. I have no idea what she's about to say, but it is my job to mine this headline for some type of entertainment value. Do you have a headline for me?
I do. Humanoid robot detained by cops.
You think, but honestly, this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. I could see Will Smith right now in iRobot, and he pulls out the gun and he aims it down at the row of robots, and only one of them is conscious enough to be like, I don't want to be put down. I cannot imagine what would make a humanoid robot be arrested by the popo. I can't wrap my brain around the laws that would allow you to put handcuffs on a thing that is not of human. We don't even do that with animals. We don't put handcuffs on animals. Oh, look, here's a monkey. Put the handcuffs on him. No, we don't do that. We put him in a cage. I rarely ask you to tell me the rest of the story. I guess about what it could be. So here we have a robot that's been arrested. I have to assume it's violated Asimov's laws, Asimov's 3 laws of robotics that everyone knows because Isaac Asimov is the guy who came up with the 3 rules. It had to have violated the 3 rules. One of those rules was to not harm a human. I gotta believe this robot that got arrested harmed a human. Please tell me the story behind this story.
Well, you give me a hard time for reading you headlines that tell too much of the story. So I cut the other half off, which was after terrorizing elderly woman on the street.
Terrorizing an elderly woman on the street. This is a robot, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't
70-year-old ended up in the hospital after the encounter.
Yeah, that is definitely terrorizing. And the thing is, I mean, we got to come together, people. We have got to come together with an idea, a concept, a thing. We have to know how to disable robots. We need to know. Put a big red button on the back of all of their heads. I don't care how you do it, but these things are getting better every day. Oh my God. She is showing me a picture of the perp walk. They are walking the robot in handcuffs off into the distance.
So it retails for $13,500. And I'm thinking, there's a few people on the planet that I wouldn't mind spending that kind of money on for terrorizing.
So the robots are getting better and better, and the silicone that they have on them is now with warming. You can warm the silicone around the robots. So if I'm going to look, you could call me a pervert all you want to, okay? But if I'm getting a robot, I'm getting a robot to have. That's all there is. Don't judge me, okay? It's not cheating.
You just don't need to know. Something you're allowed to keep to yourself.
You're gonna know, all right? When you see the robot, you're gonna know. Okay,
but there will be signs. Just got motor oil under one eye, with gears stuck in your hair.
You're gonna know. You're gonna know whether I want you to know or not know. You're gonna see my robot that I spent a lot of money on, and you're gonna know. The wife's gonna know. But again, It's not cheating. It's not cheating because it's not a human being. It's just an overpriced toy that, oh my goodness, I don't even want to.
I think we might have just ruined our family-friendly.
You're
going to have to put a not safe for work moment.
I will bleep out the word. And then everyone will be left to guess what I was talking about.
They're gonna know.
They're gonna know. PG, not G, PG. Hey, do you have another headline for me?
I do. Goldfish earns Guinness World Record for driving.
I don't even know. I can't. Come on.
His name is Blub, and he's Italian.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
For Formula One race day. We're in the spirit of.
So goldfish notoriously have a memory of like 5 seconds. Like a goldfish cannot remember.
That to be not true.
What?
I think they've proven that to be incorrect.
Oh, 10 seconds?
I think they've got some minutes in them.
Well, I mean, if he's setting a record for driving a car, how in the bejesus does a goldfish drive a car? It doesn't. I don't know.
Sunday.
Oh, sorry.
So in the Netherlands, they've created a 4-wheeled vehicle that holds a water tank and is directed by the movements of the goldfish. And Blub was able to travel 40 feet and 3.46 inches using motion sensing cameras. Dude, he's the new Uber.
I don't.
More reliable than the autonomous. I would trust him.
I love
Look
fish.
at him putting in the work, dude.
I love
Blub.
fish. To eat fish. I love to eat fish.
It looks kind of like a smart car.
No. My dad, not only did he get a dog, and he loved that dog more than he loved all of his kids, he also got into fish. He was big into fish. For the last years of his lives, he had a fish tank, and he loved watching the fish. I have never been a fan of fish, other than eating them. I love to eat fish. I've never been. There was once a time I was in a restaurant in Washington, D.C., and I wouldn't eat the fish there. They had an aquarium. It was probably like 15 feet long, and it was packed with fish. Fish that were packed in so tight that the fish couldn't swim around. They were lined up side by side by side by side, and they barely had enough room to breathe. And that was the most terrifying thing I ever seen. That scared the bejesus out of me. I did not like that kind of fish. I did not like them, Sam. I am. I'm going to drop a name on you real quick.
I'm going to send you a video.
Okay.
Of some fish. Let me find it. I'm going to send it to you. And then
I'm going to share with you a name right now. Her name is Kate Willett. Kate is a comedian that I recently stumbled across in her special called Loopholes. And Kate kills it. She is exactly what all comedians need to aspire to be. She comes out of the box swinging, and she's hitting jokes every 30 seconds. For her special, it was fantastic to watch. I immediately reached out to her and told her what a great job she did. So I'm telling you that so that you can follow along. Check her out, Kate Willett. And check out her special, Loopholes. Very, very entertaining. We did have a question of the week.
Oh.
Yes, but it wasn't the question of the week that we talked about. We talked about if you were forced to leave the country, where would you go? But that wasn't the question of the week that I posted. What I posted was pick one hobby and boom, you're instantly amazing at it. Now, pick one hobby. You pick one hobby. Now, old Mama Knuckles, she gets on there and she does the Robert thing where she just talks and blah, 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 blah. And she says a whole bunch of different things. She doesn't pick one hobby. She actually starts the comment with just one, multiple question marks. Yes, just one. Pick one. George, the patriarch of the Taney family, said shooting long range, 600 yards plus. I have dinged targets at over 500 yards, and I'm going to tell you, that's a really good feeling. It's a really good feeling when you can reach out and touch a target at that distance. Tegan, who hasn't chimed in a while, said she would love to sing.
Oh. Oh.
Right? I thought that was pretty good. But what I thought was funny is I used ChatGPT to make a graphic. It's got a genie, and he's got the hobby skills button there. But in the things that are floating around, we've got, what do you call the thing that a painter holds in their hands that has all the colors smeared on it?
The paint board?
Sure. We'll go with that. We got that. We got a guitar. We got like a joystick for a gaming thing. We got a drone, and we got a golf ball. But what we also have is not one, but 2 skillets and a chef's hat. I think they were leaning towards being able to cook. Chick Brew, you already know how to cook, so I'm going to ask you, if you had one hobby and I could instantly make you good at it, what would it be?
Gold panning. It's my favorite. What are you talking about?
Any answer that I possibly could have had does not compare. I agree. Make me the best gold panner in the world. I'm down with that. That was a great answer. Good job.
I knew immediately what it was.
Stop blessing me. Oh, God, that cover art is so funny. The American Troll Farm. I have no idea what this week's episode is going to be titled. Every week, I try to involve some of the comedians that listen to us. I give them a headline, and I ask them to come up with something. This week's headline was California Bishop is fired by Pope Leo after allegedly stealing $250,000 from the church, making several trips to Mexican brothels. I thought that headline was ripe for funny. I thought there was lots of funny to be made there because not only is it a Catholic bishop stealing money, he's stealing money to spend at the brothels. My curious question...
It's not funny because it's too true. It's not unique.
My question is... what kind of brothels is he going to spend $250,000? The last time I checked, Mexican brothels weren't really that expensive. They were like, like a rub and tug. They were not extremely expensive. They were just normal priced.
One, never priced them out. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
All right. Well,
everybody needs a hobby, and it caught up with him.
Every week, I post something, and we'll see what happens. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. This is one of those weeks where it did not. We have gone over.
What is your hobby that you're doing?
I would love to have instantly. I am the best at a thing. I agree with you. Gold panning. That's what I said. But on the reels, I would love to really know how to play the piano. I can play the piano, but I would love to really be able to play the piano. I think a man playing a piano is like one of the sexiest things in life. I think when I see a man playing a piano, I'm like, I'll take him home. I just think it's very eloquent. I think it's very fancy to see a man play a piano. And I could play some things, but I would love to have mastered it, and I just don't have the time. Yeah. I don't have the time to do that.
I mean, when you retire for the second time, before you re-employ yourself for the third.
Yeah, but I mean, by then, who cares? By then, I'm just an old shell of a man. If I could play the piano, no one cares.
Around tinkling on the old ivory?
I'm tickling some ivories. We have done all the things that we need to do. Is there anything else you want to put out?
Today is a great day to acquire a dog.
Okay there, Bob Barker. Get your dogs.
Get your dogs neutered and spayed. I don't care what kind of dog you get. Go get a dog.
And if you're listening from the Rhoda area, if you're thinking about getting a dog, may I highly recommend a trip to Rawl, the Rhoda Animal Welfare League. It's right across the street from the movie theaters. They've got great dogs in there that need a home. They also have cats that need a home, okay? And they do a great job of taking care of cats and dogs. So if you got a little time, a little energy, a little motivation, a little bit of money, and you want to donate, they will accept your donations. Look up Rhoda Animal Welfare League on the social medias. And if you're thinking about adopting a dog or a cat, check them out first, please.
They got Ridgebacks right now.
They are mixed. I looked further into it.
It's
they are
fine.
not. They are not Ridgebacks.
We're not shopping. We're adopting. They're good girls. They're good girls.
Beautiful puppies. They're beautiful puppies, and I'm sure they will make somebody very happy. And if Chick Brew can do her job and get more people in the Rhoda area to listen to our show, they would get this message, and they would know that they could go to Raw. What was the...
Go get a dog.
The Better Rhoda Q&A. So the Better Rhoda Q&A was formed because the Rhoda Q&A was being abusive. Caine,
memorable, amazing epic battles of internet ever.
Caine Comer created the Better, and it is better. And somebody went on there, and you shared this with me, and I got to see it because you shared it. But by the time I went to go comment on it, it had already been removed. About some mom out there, some helicopter mom out there, trying to help her son study for advancement in the United States Navy, and I wanted to jump on that grenade, but it was gone before I could get to. But thank you for sharing that with me. It did tickle my fancy.
It was so funny. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, send it, Tony."
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week and every week. As always, I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow.
And don't forget that you are loved.
Thank you for listening to T-Bone and Chick Brew. If you enjoyed that show, you should check out the Darrell McClain Show, independent media that won't reinforce tribalism. We have one planet and nobody's leaving, so let's reason together. You can find the Darrell McClain Show at the same place you actually listen to this show. Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.